Ready or not, it's time for another adventure in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Today, our mission is to tackle the Ruffian-Infested Village Side Adventure over in East Necluda. Alright, boys and girls, strap yourselves in and let's crash this party. This quest kicks off just outside of Lurelin Village. And now you might have already heard some rumors floating around the Lookout Landing General Store, maybe from our old pals Mub and Guarini. They were talking about how worried they were about everyone back home, wondering if folks managed to escape the pirates. Turns out, they took refuge here, but not everyone was that lucky. That conversation triggers the village attacked by pirates quest, which, plot twist, is basically the same thing as the Ruffian-Infested Village. Both will automatically complete once we wrap up this mission. So hey, that's what I call a 2-for-1 deal. So we're doing 2 things in this one video. Now the fastest way to reach the village is through the Safufim Shrine. If you haven't unlocked that one yet, don't worry, I'll drop a link below. You can also launch yourself from the Rebella Wetland Skyview Tower and glide your way over. But either way, you'll want that shrine eventually because it's right next to where we're headed. And once you touch down, look for the tent near the shrine. That's where you'll find Rozel and Bolson having a dramatic moment, staring off into the distance and talking about how the village is toast. Totally ruined. They're basically like, nope, not going down there. Monsters everywhere. Then they suddenly realize that they're being watched. And who else but Link, standing there silently like a weirdo. They ask if you're planning on visiting Lurelin Village, and then they tell you that if you value your life, maybe rethink your travel plans. Not to ruin your itinerary or anything, but as the village head, it's Rozel's job to protect both locals and visitors. He points out the mess down below. Monsters have completely taken over. Nobody's sure if they came for food, supplies, or just to be jerks. Either way, they claim the place as their own. And you'll notice the telltale black smoke marking each area that they trashed, except for one little spot right here. And I'll show you every single place that those monsters are hiding. Don't worry, I've got your back. Thankfully, everyone from the village escaped safely, but with their homes gone, yeah, homeless hits literal here. Bolson mentions he could rebuild everything in a jiffy, master builder energy, if it weren't for all those monsters. But as Rozel mentions, the monsters have gotten bolder and way more aggressive lately. He never thought they'd straight up launch an attack from the sea. They're behaving like pirates now. And as long as even one of them remains, it is way too dangerous for anyone to return to the village. And that, my friends, officially kicks off the Ruffian-Infested Village. So looking down at all this devastation, before we go charging in all Rambo of Hyrule, let's talk gear. I'm going in with my upgraded Master Sword fused with a silver boss bokoblin horn. If you want to know how to get an upgraded Master Sword, I'm going to drop a link below on how to get and enhance your Master Sword. Otherwise, I recommend just bringing the strongest thing that you can find. Also, make sure that you've got a solid shield and a strong bow. And also, maybe grab yourself an attack up or a defense up meal before heading in. Alright, time for the battle breakdown. We're gonna start with that untouched area to the far right. Let's glide down and get a closer look. As we get closer, you're gonna see a lone bokoblin. Perfect warm-up target. While you're still in the air, take him out bullet time style. Once he's down, get a little bit closer so that you can reach the camp and then shoot a puff shroom right into the middle of their camp for a little bit of chaos. I love puff shrooms because they save on weapon durability and they make the fights quick and satisfying. Once you're down there, then you can go in and you can sneak strike around each and every one. And after you've cleaned up that camp, make sure that you grab all your loot and then turn around and let's head back across the path to this little fenced area. Follow this path up and you'll find a lonely bokoblin on the way. And then let's take him out before he blows his horn. Trust me, we don't need backup showing up early because just to the left are some more bokoblins. So toss a puff shroom to your left and handle those 2 bokoblins, but heads up, there is a third one lurking just behind them. So once all 3 of those guys are down, scoop up that loot, then let's follow that smoky path up. once you get into the larger grassy area, you'll spot the Lurelin Village well. Near the next building, there's another bokoblin standing guard. Hit him with a couple arrows unless you can get a headshot, and then let's circle around the back to the other side to find another small camp. Yep, you guessed it. Puff shroom time! Toss another one in and sneak strike the dazed ones. There should only be 2 here. Once you sneak strike those guys, let's collect your loot and keep moving. Let's face the water now and head to the edge. You should see a bigger camp now. Glide down and let's shoot a puff shroom right into the middle, and then snipe that lower level bokoblin in the front, and then swoop down to handle the rest with some good old sneak strikes. I usually toss an extra puff shroom just to keep the smoke screen going. And once all of those guys are taken out, grab that loot and let's keep moving. And by now, if you've been following along, that monster Force's health bar should be more than halfway down. And if yours is too, perfect. Time to make our way to the docks and that pirate ship. Alright, time for some pirate ship mayhem. This part's optional, but here's what I like to do. Use Ascent to climb the awning. Then, shoot a muddlebutt at the boss bokoblin to let him, sort things out for us a little bit. While the chaos breaks out, use the campfire updraft trick to glide over. And that's just a wood bundle, a fire fruit, and a Hylian pine cone. Instant updraft. Glide over to the left side of the ship and land quietly, very, very quietly, behind that Lizalfos, and sneak strike him just like the good old days. Look at him over here just cheering his crew on. Not for long, sucker. And then, let's blow up these explosive barrels because, well, boom! Then, the same puff shroom strategy works perfectly on the boss bokoblin too. And now, I tried sneaking behind some crates to get the smaller bokoblins, and I got myself stuck. 10 out of 10, would not recommend. Anyway, once you get out, finish off that boss bokoblin who thought that he had time to go ahead and lay back down. While you're at it, keep an eye out on that archer bokoblin up top. He was pelting me the whole time. If you can, stay hidden in the smoke to make it harder for him to spot you. Then let's climb up there and give him a nice puff shroom surprise. And then once he's down, there's just one more left. And I kept this one for last, on purpose. So jump down from the ship and head back towards the dock, and then towards the beach. And then follow that path up until you see that familiar plume of smoke. You'll see it coming from the Lurelin Village well. And I purposely saved this one for last because I didn't want to have to go through the trouble of getting back out of here, because when we complete this, they're gonna take us back out of here. So, yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's drop into the well, but be ready because this guy's on high alert. He's gonna notice us immediately. So once you get down here, just get ready to throw that puff shroom and then sneak strike right away. And if he's blocked by the fire, you can just hit him once and that'll turn him around. Then you can go in for the sneak strike. And then victory! And by golly, boys and girls, you're done. No more monsters. You can't even hear their little grunts anymore. No more snorts. The village is finally safe. The villagers return completely amazed. You remember that intact house? Yeah, there was someone hiding in there the whole time, and he saw everything. He was in there hiding the whole time and saw Link, the lone warrior, come in here out of nowhere and wipe out all the monsters like it was no big deal. Whoa, Bolson just knew it. Sure, Link looks like a strong breeze could blow him over, but he's solid as stone. They're beyond grateful. They couldn't do anything while the monsters took over their home, but thanks to Link, they've got a fighting chance. And the good news is, not all the houses were destroyed, and Bolson's already fired up to start rebuilding. He's ready to get to work, baby. Rozel's sorry he doesn't have a proper reward yet. The village is still in shambles. But once it's rebuilt, he promises to show us some real Lurelin hospitality. Little do they know, kicking butt was reward enough. And with a little teamwork, they're confident they can bring this place back from the brink. And we already know they're planning on counting on Link. Bolson even says to be ready because he's going to keep us busy until Lurelin Village is rebuilt. Classic Bolson. And that, boys and girls, completes the Ruffian-Infested Village Side Adventure. And if you want to wrap up the village attacked by pirates side quest, just head back to the Lookout Landing and talk to Mubs and Garini. Tell them that the pirates are history, and now they can save up a little bit of money, and once the town's rebuilt, they can reopen their shop. And boom. Double quest complete. Boom shakalaka. And if you're ever stuck or need help with any part of this quest/adventure, or any other video for that matter, feel free to reach out right here in the comments on Instagram, Facebook, or on Discord. I am always happy to help. Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Your support means the world. And if you'd like to join in and get some extra goodies, check out my Ko-fi or Patreon pages. And if this walkthrough helped you out, give that like button a little tap. Hit subscribe for more gaming goodness and spread the word to your fellow adventurers. Got any questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. I am all ears. Until next time, this is KKJinxx, over and out.